Sup, I'm Ellie and welcome to the channel. And in this video I'm going to be redrawing one of my much older drawings. Ah yes, a brand new sketchbook. There is nothing quite like it. But here we are again, ground zero. Actually, ground zero would be deciding on the redraw, but who's keeping track? Well, me. I'm keeping track. So, let's start there. Here she is, my chosen redraw. Now I'm going to change some things about her, but I want to keep key features. Heads up though, she's going to be in a completely different style. Now you can't really see the initial sketch, so you'll see her unfold as I progress. But one of the biggest changes is that she's being done in color. Though I was going for a very distinct color palette, very washed out, very muted. Next up is her hair, just like that. So why a redraw? Well, a redraw is a great way to gauge progress.
Now, when I decided on this drawing, I did contemplate whether or not I should draw it in the same style as
the original drawing and whether or not I should do it in graphite only, like in the original drawing. But my style has evolved over the years and I was excited to try this drawing in my style. And as for the graphite, the sketchbook really made that decision for me because the paper in this new book is slightly textured and that's great for coloring pieces. Ha! Famous last words. Textured paper is generally good for coloring pencils. But this paper, and wouldn't you know it, paper is my pet peeve. What is happening? What is this? At first I thought it was me. Maybe I was doing something wrong. But it kept happening even when I changed my technique. I've worked on printer paper and it held up better than this. A quick Google search about this particular book revealed that quality is a bit of a problem and that this book is better suited to practice drawings and very light sketches. Layering does not work well with this book. I noticed on the second layer. In all fairness though, when I bought this book, there were no identifying stickers to indicate details about the book aside from the brand name. Nothing to indicate how many pages there are in the book or what the GSM is. I had a quick glance and at first sight the paper looks thickish and nicely textured. It's also a fairly well-known brand. I have since learned that this is 110 GSM paper. So I am officially in the market for a new sketchbook. And now I was being very careful. Trust the process. Let's take a quick look-see at that progress, shall we? A muted palette is my favorite kind of palette, but I generally struggle to achieve that palette. But this is going good so far in terms of the palette. I mostly achieved it with different variations of greys, browns, and a bit of black, and then blended with the lightest greys. But the paper, man, the paper, it was giving me a tough time. Nearing the completion of this drawing, there is a lot more I would have liked to do. I would have liked to take the colors a little bit further and burnish it a bit more. And I never added the seagrass to the shipwreck, but the paper just didn't permit it. At this point, I was just trying to get through the drawing without completely wrecking the paper, because the more I added to it, the more that paper was lifting up. But I pushed through and that's a win. And here's the reveal. If you think I'm being dramatic, let's have a closer look. Some of it doesn't even pick up on camera, and in certain areas I tried to actually cover it up. It kind of worked here and there, but it was a touch and go situation. Sometimes it cooperated, sometimes it didn't. Some details I didn't add that I really wanted to is the seagrass and the webbed fingers. And I guess I could have, but I was really just trying to get through this drawing. Aside from the paper mishap, I am happy with the redraw. Thank you for watching.